2026 claimed great martial artists. Legends like Bruce Lung, John Cena, and Dave Bautista, whose skills inspired the world. Bruce Lung Siu Lung, born Lung Choi Sang, in Hong Kong in 1948, was a legendary Hong Kong martial, artist action choreographer, and film star who trained from childhood in disciplines like Goju-Ryu karate and Wing. Chun-Nan became one of the defining fighters of 1970s and 80s kung fu cinema, starring in classics such as The Dragon Lives Again Magnificent, Bodyguards, and as the patriotic hero Chen before retiring in the late 1980s after a long hiatus. Stephen Chow revived his career by casting him as the unforgettable villain, the Beast, in Kung Fu Hustle 2004, introducing him to a new global audience and cementing his status as one of the great martial arts icons. And though he remained active in film and online media into the 2020s, he died of heart failure on January 14, 2026, in Shenzhen at age 77, prompting heartfelt tributes from peers like Jackie Chan and Stephen Chow in a private farewell ceremony in late January. Ji Han-jae was a towering South Korean martial arts grandmaster, born in August 1936 in Andong, Korea, who began training at age 13 under Choi Yong-sul in traditional self-defense and later studied native Korean kicking weapons and meditation, combining these into a dynamic, fluid combat system that helped evolve and popularize the modern art of Hapkido, with many regarding him as a principal pioneer of the discipline he opened. Influential schools like Sung, Mukwan in Seoul helped establish major organizations, including the Korea Hapkido Association, served as personal Hapkido instructor to presidential security forces and taught military and law enforcement units, and became known internationally through roles in choreography in 1970s Hong Kong films such as Hapkido and Fist of Unicorn, and a memorable fight scene opposite Bruce Lee in Game of Death, later relocating to the United States in 1984 to found Sinmu Hapkido, a spiritually oriented branch of the art, and teach worldwide seminars. His influence on techniques, organization, and global spread of Hapkido was immense, and he died peacefully on January 28, 2026, at age 89, leaving a profound legacy among martial artists globally. Yuan Chunyan was a legendary Hong Kong martial artist, stuntman, actor, choreographer, and director, born in 1957 in Hong Kong into the famous Yuan family of action cinema. His father was veteran martial arts actor-choreographer Yuan Xiutian, and his elder brother was iconic action director Yuan Wu-ping, and he began working in films in the late 1960s, helping shape Hong Kong's distinctive action style as a core member of the clan while choreographing fights, directing and acting in hundreds of films. He collaborated on classic kung fu and comedy films with his brothers, worked behind the scenes on Hollywood productions like Charlie's Angels, Daredevil, and the Matrix sequels, won the 1992 Hong Kong Film Award for Best Action Choreography for Once Upon a Time in China, and became beloved worldwide for memorable character roles such as the mysterious beggar who sang the Buddha's Palm Manual in Kung Fu Hustle 2004. But on 1 January 2026, he died at Queen Elizabeth Hospital in Hong Kong at age 69 after an illness, with funeral services held in February and tributes from peers celebrating his immense influence on martial arts cinema history. Santorio Henry, born Henry Armstrong Miller on July 16, 1969 in Tachikawa, Tokyo, Japan, to a Japanese mother and African-American father, was a pioneering martial artist and professional sumo wrestler whose life bridged cultures and combat sports. Raised partly in St. Louis, Missouri, he started in wrestling and football before moving back to Japan in 1988 to join Tamazuna Stable and compete as Santorio I Rikishi from mainland USA to reach sumo's top Makuuchi division with a highest rank of Megashira 12 after years of perseverance through injuries and long campaigns in lower divisions, winning championships in Jonokuchi and Makushita along the way, and earning broad respect for his fighting spirit and technique. After retiring from sumo in November 2003, he transitioned into mixed martial arts and kickboxing, competing in events such as Pride FC, and stayed active in combat sports until the early 2010s. In later years, he battled serious health issues, including chronic lung disease, and died at a hospital in Tokyo on January 29, 2026 at age 56, with fans and fellow athletes honoring his legacy as a trailblazer in sumo and combat sports. Tadao Yasuda was a Japanese sumo wrestler, professional wrestler, and mixed martial artist born on October 9, 1963, in Tokyo, who began his athletic journey at age 15 sumo wrestling, under the name Takano Fuji Tadao Rising, through the ranks to reach the top Makuuchi division and achieve the rank of komusubi after a 13-year career before retiring from sumo in May 1992. He then transitioned into professional wrestling with New Japan Pro Wrestling NJPW in 1994, where he spent much of the 1990s on the undercard, before in the early 2000s being sent to the US to train in mixed martial arts, earning a surprising win over Jerome Le Banner, and soon capturing the IWGP Heavyweight Championship in 2002 by defeating Yuji Nagata, holding it for 48 days and later becoming leader of the Villainous Makai Club stable. And while his pro wrestling career continued through promotions like 01 and Hustle until his retirement in 2011, he remained a memorable figure for his crossover success. Across combat sports, Yasuda was found dead at his home in Tokyo on February 8, 2026, at age 62, with NJPW and peers paying tribute to his varied and influential career in sumo, MMA, and pro wrestling. Wong Kiev Kit was a prominent Malaysian martial artist, Shaolin Kung Fu and Qigong, grandmaster, author, and teacher born in 1944, who began training in the Shaolin arts at age 10 under masters like Lai Chunhua, and went on to become a fourth-generation successor in the Southern Shaolin tradition and founder of the Shaolin Wanam Institute in 1982 to spread Shaolin Kung Fu, Qigong Taijikwan, Tai Chi, and Zen philosophy globally. Over more than 35 years, he taught tens of thousands of students in more than 35 countries, wrote widely translated books on Kung Fu, Qigong, Tai Chi, and Eastern wisdom, and was honored as Qigong Master of the Year at the Second World Congress on Qigong in San Francisco in 1997, helping popularize internal arts and holistic health practices while stressing martial arts, spiritual and life-enriching benefits. He died on 1st March 2026 at age 81, leaving a vast international community of practitioners and a legacy as a bridge between traditional Shaolin arts and modern global students. Matthew Matt Robert McGrath was a respected Canadian martial artist and mixed martial arts (MMA) competitor born on January 8, 1980 in New Glasgow, Nova Scotia, Canada, who built a lifelong legacy in combat sports by beginning judo training at age 9, later adding Brazilian jiu-jitsu and wrestling to become the first person on Prince Edward Island to earn black belts in both judo and BJJ, and progressing into professional MMA, where he earned the nickname The Belt Collector by winning multiple regional championships over a career spanning more than a decade, with a 28-fight record, 18-10, competing in promotions like Bellator, Extreme Cage Combat, and Elite One MMA, and becoming a respected figure in the Canadian fight scene after retiring from competition. He devoted in running Tsuyoi Judo and Renzo Gracie PEI in Charlottetown, guiding athletes to medals at multiple Canada Games and national events, and mentoring a new generation across judo, BJJ, wrestling, and MMA with his ethos of continual self-improvement. While also being a devoted husband and father, he died on January 30th, 2026, at age 46, after a courageous battle with cancer, prompting widespread tributes from the martial arts community for his impact as both a competitor and beloved coach. Duke Roufus, born Jeffrey Ryan Duke Roufus on February 19, 1970 in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, was a towering figure in American martial arts whose life and career spanned multiple combat disciplines and left an indelible mark on the global MMA scene. He began training in striking art child, eventually rising through the competitive kickboxing ranks in the 1990s and early 2000s to claim multiple world titles and recognition for his explosive power, technical precision, and strategic fighting style, earning respect as one of the era's top kickboxers before retiring from active competition in 2008 to devote himself entirely to coaching and shaping future champions. Leveraging his deep experience and vision for mixed martial arts, Roufus founded the Roufusport MMA Academy in Milwaukee, which became one of the most prestigious training hubs in the world, producing elite fighters including Anthony Pettis, Tyron Woodley, Sergio Pettis, Ben Askren, Pat Barry, and countless others who achieved success in UFC, Bellator, and global MMA promotions while simultaneously developing innovative striking techniques comprehensive MMA training programs and mentoring a new generation of coaches and fighters. Beyond his technical expertise, Rufus was widely admired for his mentorship, leadership, and ability to inspire discipline, focus, and confidence in his students, making him not only a coach but a father figure and guiding presence in the lives of many athletes. His influence extended into promoting MMA events, providing commentary, and advocating for the growth of mixed martial arts in North America, bridging the gap between traditional martial arts and modern MMA competition. Duke Rufus passed away peacefully in his sleep on October 17, 2025 at age 55, leaving a monumental legacy as a champion mentor, innovator, and visionary whose contributions to martial arts and mixed martial arts will continue to resonate for generations worldwide. Pablo Oliveira Costa was a Brazilian mixed martial artist and combat sports enthusiast whose life was marked by both passion for fighting and the harsh realities of daily work. Born around 1994-1995 and based in São José, Brazil, he trained and competed in amateur and semi-professional bouts across MMA, Muay Thai, and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, earning respect from coaches and teammates for his discipline, energy, and dream of turning fully professional, while balancing jobs such as installing air conditioning units, doing handyman work, and occasional security duties to support himself. Tragically, on February 12, 2026, at age 31, he died after a freak electrocution accident when a metal ladder he was moving touched a high-voltage power line, following a job causing a severe shock and cardiac arrest despite around 40 minutes of CPR by emergency responders. Friends, his coach Mateus Nascimento and partner Karen Thaisa remembered him as fearless, hardworking, and cheerful, noting his success in jiu-jitsu tournaments and his commitment to every training session, with his wake held in São José as the local fighting community mourned the loss of a promising athlete whose ambition and spirit left a lasting impact. Greg Johnston was a much-loved Australian martial arts instructor and sensei based on the New South Wales South Coast, known for teaching karate and other combat arts with dedication and a deep sense of discipline, while building strong relationships with students and the broader martial arts community. He was also a family man, father to 3 children, and married, and his loss was mourned by students, families, and fellow instructors alike. In early January, 20 while on a snorkeling accident off the NSR's South Coast, Johnston tragically drowned in the ocean after an unexpected water incident during a recreational outing, prompting emergency response efforts and a widespread outpouring of grief from the local community, with friends and family remembering him as an inspiring coach and a humble, supportive mentor whose passion for martial arts and personal kindness left a lasting imprint on all who knew him. Louis McHugh was a passionate Australian martial arts instructor, competitor, and community figure from Brisbane, Queensland, known for teaching Muay Thai and other combat disciplines at progressive martial arts and inspiring students of all ages with his energy, kindness, technical skill, and commitment to helping others improve both physically and mentally. A former student of Iona College, he was remembered by peers, families, and the broader martial arts community as humble, respectful, and dedicated, with many tributes highlighting the positive impact he had on young fighters and the local scene. Tragically, at just 23 years old, McHugh died on 14th of March 2026 while spearfishing off the Great Barrier Reef near Port Douglas, Queensland, when he fell overboard from a vessel and failed to resurface, prompting a nearly 3-hour aerial search before his body was recovered later that afternoon. The incident shocked friends, family, and fellow martial artists and sparked calls within the spearfishing community for increased safety awareness, with heartfelt condolences pouring in for his parents and sisters as those who knew him mourned the loss of a vibrant young coach, taken far too soon. Daryl Goller was a celebrated American combat sports figure whose life bridged Olympic-level wrestling, mixed martial arts, and coaching. Born in Chicago, Illinois, he became an NCAA All-American wrestler and 3-time U.S. Greco-Roman national champion, captained the University of Minnesota wrestling team, served as captain of the 1986 U.S. World Team, and was an alternate on the 1988 U.S. Olympic team before transitioning into professional fighting, where he competed in early MMA events including UFC 18 in 1999 and won the World Vale Tudo Championship. Beyond competition, he lived and trained in Brazil, helped elevate wrestling within Brazilian MMA, coached elite fighters such as Vitor Belfort Dan Henderson and Bass Rutten, embraced the culture and language there and also distinguished himself as a playwright and poet, earning honors such as induction into the National Wrestling Hall of Fame and recognition among the world's top living poets after suffering a severe stroke in 2013 that left him partially paralyzed, but didn't diminish his spirit. He battled long-term health complications and died at age 63 on December 16, 2025, with tributes highlighting his pioneering influence as a fighter, coach, and cultural bridge in the combat sports world. Jorge Isaac Munoz Pedersen was a 30-year-old American mixed martial arts MMA fighter and aspiring professional competitor from Minneapolis, Minnesota, who had a background in wrestling from high school and college and was known in the regional MMA scene for his discipline, charisma, and strong work ethic, having just recently moved to Austin, Texas for a new job and to begin a fresh chapter in his life and career as he prepared for his first professional MMA match. Tragically, on March 1st, 2026, while socializing outside Buford's backyard beer garden in Austin's bustling West 6th Street Entertainment District, he was critically wounded in a mass shooting that also killed 2 others and injured more than a dozen patrons, and after being taken off life support the following day, he died from his injuries, cutting short a promising life and MMA journey. Friends, family, and members of the fighting community remembered him as a bright spirit who brought joy to training and supported those around him, and his funeral and tributes reflected the deep affection and loss felt by those who knew him